If you've got kids that are struggling for what to do with them, this is going to be a perfect video because I'm going to be highlighting some of the best museums in London for your little ones. Hi everyone, thanks for checking out another episode on my YouTube channel. Don't forget that I'm Ugo Arinzeh and a London property advisor, and I love showing off living in this incredible city. So let's dive in with today's topic, which is fantastic museums throughout London focused on children. Now, we couldn't talk about museums without talking about Exhibition Row, which is really the premium location for the museum scene in London. It's home to the V&A Natural History and Science Museum. But today we're going to focus on the two for children, which are the Science Museum and the Natural History Museum. Now, Exhibition Row is located in South Kensington, and you're going to have great transport options coming out of the South Kensington Tube Station or Knightsbridge Station that's not far away. The Science Museum is free to attend, but you must pre-book, so don't forget that. Make sure you check out their website to get those pre-booking tickets in. It's open every day from 10 to 6, and across 7 floors, it is the most visited science and technology museum in Europe. It has over 15,000 subjects on display with interactive galleries, educational and entertaining exhibits. Currently on is Turn It Up, The Power of Music, which is on until 6th of May 2024, where you can explore how music shapes our lives. There's also the Energy Revolution, the Adani Green Energy Gallery, which opens in spring 2024. And this features how the world can undergo the fastest energy transition in history to curb climate change. I'm actually really interested in checking that out myself. You've also got Astro Nights, which the dates will vary, but these are sleepovers at the museum. Also, there's Zimazong, which is a clockwork treasures from China's Forbidden City, and that's on till 2nd of June. You can discover the mechanical clocks prized by the emperors of China's Forbidden City. In the science area, you've got the Welcome Wing, which features contemporary science, medicine, and technology. In the space area, you've got the Apollo 10 command module, including a flight simulator. Or there's the Medical History Gallery, which is in the attic. There's a pattern pod for under 8s, and that showcases the importance of patterns in contemporary science. You've got the Launchpad, which is a hands-on gallery to explore basic scientific principles. You've got the Exploring the Space Galleries, which is a 3-meter-high space lab, and which includes 2 X-ray telescopes that have flown on British space missions. It also includes a full-scale modules of the Huygens Titan probe and the Beagle 2 Mars lander. There's also the Clockmakers Museum, which was previously held at Guildhall, but it features the oldest display of clocks and watches in the world. There's over 1,250 exhibits dating between 1600 and 1850. There's also an IMAX cinema, which showcases scientific museums in 3D, and tickets are around £11 for adults or £23 for a family of 3. Now, while you might have entertained yourself with exhibits, you shouldn't leave the museum without checking out their gift shop, which features science-inspired toys, gadgets, robots, games, puzzles, and chemistry sets. For food and drink, there's multiple options, including the Energy Cafe for grab-and-go items, the Shake Bar, a diner including pizzeria, the Gallery Cafe for sandwiches, salads, and coffee, a basement museum, and a picnic area where you can actually bring your own food and drink. Now, don't forget that this is a weekly podcast I put out, so if you're enjoying the content, please make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Continue on with the best museums for kids. Let's go on right down the street to the Natural History Museum, also on Exhibition Row in South Kensington. This is also a free museum, open daily from 10 to 5, and includes 80 million objects spanning 4.5 billion years. It goes across 20 galleries on 4 different floors. Current exhibitions include the Dinosaur Trail, the Wildlife Photography of the Year, which is on till June 2024, Birds, Brilliant and Bizarre. There's also a Women in Science Tours that highlights women in space, paleontology, fashion, and women of color. These are guided tours, and the history of several women scientists across history are included. There's also out-of-hours dino tours, which are available before the museum opens from 9 to 10 a.m. There's an additional cost where if adults is £25 and for children is £17. There's also Adventure Babies, which are sensory storytelling classes. There's also the T-Rex show with T-Rex, which is held various days and times. It's a lifelike dinosaurs performing shows about anatomy and the life of the T-Rex. The museum is set up across 4 zones. The blue zone for dinosaurs, fish, amphibians, and reptiles, and images of nature and mammals. There's the orange gallery, which is the Antibero studio and includes zoology. The green zone, which includes birds, creepy crawlies, East Pavilion, and also fossil marine reptiles. In the green zone, there's also a giant sequoia, and you can investigate an investigation center for minerals, treasures, and the vault. In the red zone is the Earth's treasury from the beginning and includes human evolution, lasting impressions, restless surface, volcanoes, and earthquakes. Again, if you're with your little people, you're going to want to know what your food and drink options are, and this museum also has plenty. The gift shop here is also incredible and includes nature-inspired gifts, puzzles, toys, arts, and homewares. There's also a Cranbourne boutique for fashion, homeware, gifts, and prints inspired by the natural world. Moving on, let's highlight in South London the Horniman Museums and Gardens located in Forest Hill. You can get to this museum via the Forest Hill Overground Station, and it's free. This museum dates back to 1901 and displays anthropology, natural history, musical instruments, and is known for its large collection of taxidermed animals, including a large overstuffed walrus. It also includes the aquarium, which does have a charge for access, but the gardens are also beautiful, and there's a butterfly house, an animal walk, under the sea soft play area, and a mini golf course opening summer of 2024. The museum's open 10 to 5:30, and the World Gallery includes 3,000 objects from around the world. Here at Live is a feature held on the second Thursday of every month, where performances and talks on the variety and diversity of musical instrument collections held at the museum. For food and drink, there's the Horniman Cafe, the bandstand kiosk, and picnics are welcome in the gardens and the Dutch Barn. Now, located in prime central London, you've got the London Transport Museum, located in Covent Garden. It's free entry for 17 and under, but access for adults is actually via an annual pass, which is £24 for adults, and this will give you unlimited access over the next 12 months. It's open daily from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and it's the world's leading museum of urban transport with galleries of vintage London trams, trains, and buses. I was actually really there, and it was definitely pretty cool. It features over 450,000 items across 3 floors plus a mezzanine, and it has a global poster gallery. Current exhibitions include Legacies, London Transport's Caribbean Workforce exhibit, which celebrates the contributions that people of Caribbean heritage have made to transport history and British culture. As part of the 19th century London and Victoria transport, it highlights the riverboat, the first omnibus, trams, and the early railways. Also, it features the world's first underground, but it only has the surviving 1860s steam engine. See how the Great Head Shield made digging deep tunnels easier? And also, on the surface from 1900 to 1945 includes horse-drawn vehicles, trams, trolley buses, and first motor buses. The London by Design exhibit celebrates London's transport design heritage, and there's also a London's Transport at War exhibit. Now let's carry on to the National Maritime Museum located in Greenwich. It's open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily, and of course highlights the maritime collection of the British government. There's also art and an interactive great map. Back in central London, there's the London Postal Museum located in Farringdon. It's a postal museum, and it features 500 years of communications history. There's hands-on exhibitions, and you get to listen to postal worker stories. And also there's a dress-up. For under 8s, the postal play space is an immersive mini-town. And there's a ride on the mail rail, which is a 100-year-old underground post office railway. I hope you've enjoyed this video where we've highlighted some fantastic museums for you and your children. London has so many rainy days, so having your fantastic and best museums on standby is a great way to keep them occupied and educated. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that like button to let YouTube know that I'm putting out great content. And I hope you'll consider subscribing as we put out weekly videos about the London property market and living in this incredible city. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to check out my other videos on my YouTube channel where I share great tips and information about the London property market and living in this fabulous city. So that's Ugo Arinzeh with Onyx Property Team and Keller Williams. Bye for now.